Give it a couple minutes, see who pops in. Some big news today, firsthand from somebody who's been at the border. So if you're here, let me know, and we can get started. Whew. Hotter than Satan's asshole today, I'm telling you. Oh, goodness. Is anybody out there? Oh, goodness. We have another heat advisory here in upstate New York. Hey, CMD, how are you? Good morning. So, now that somebody's here, I'll start off, like, there's so much that I wanted to touch on today, and I don't know if I'm going to remember it all. Hey, Celtic Grandma, how are you? The first thing is I don't know how many of you follow Local Prepper, but if you don't, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. One of his community members has had a string of tragedies in the last several weeks, and he's got a GoFundMe up there for her, and he's hoping to cash it out and get the money to her tomorrow. So there's links on his last couple of lives, I think particularly the one from Monday. If you can give anything, even if it's just $1, please go do that. You know, everybody banded together when I needed help, and I'll be making a donation later today. So if you guys can do that at all, that would be great. My surgery is exactly a week from today. Hey, Coffee, good morning. So we're busy getting ready for that. Tomorrow I'm putting my online grocery order in. Hey, Oops, good morning. And I'll be picking that up Saturday morning. That's going to be a lot of, like, crap that I can just throw in the crock pot, or the kids can even throw in the crock pot so we all don't starve. Who Coffee? That was Catitude. She's had a bunch of horrible things happen in the last several weeks. Not just with her husband, but with herself, and they're just trying to cover 3 months of bills for her. So I know the link is on Local Prepper's Monday live stream, so if you want to check that out, like I said, I'll be making a donation later today. They could really use some help. He's going to be cashing it out tomorrow, so there's that. Surgery in a week, getting ready for that. The kids actually started digging the outhouse hole. They've got it about 2.5 feet down already. I was really impressed because I never expected that. But they've been doing a good job. I just need about another 3 feet to go, and my husband can build the shell for it. Let's see. So, real quick, the insurance, the lawyer seems to be really on things now. We will. Good morning, Orlando Prepper and CUCV. How are you guys? So we will be maxing out the construction portion of our insurance policy, which still is not enough to replace it, but it is something so that we can get things started. Hopefully an independent appraiser will come down soon and do his appraisal, so then we can start demolition. The farmer's insurance company is trying to say that we can repair the house, and we just can't. So that's where that is. At least some money will start coming in, but until we know what we're going to be getting from the farmer's insurance company, we really don't know what we're dealing with. So there's that. The main reason I wanted to have this live stream today, though, is if anybody was on the Rural Reports live stream last night and saw my comment, yesterday, when I was having my pre-op testing, I met a young man, early to mid-20s. He was at the valet stand, and he, we struck up a conversation, and I honestly think he was willing to strike up this conversation because he saw my tattoos. Hey, Mad Shad, good morning. Oh, greetings from YouTube jail, cigarettes. Let me do something real quick here, Mad Shad. There you go. So he saw my tattoos, I think, and we started talking about how it was nice to be working outside. Good morning, Rapture Ready. Um, and he said that he was glad that job was only temporary because it wasn't physical enough for him, and he's not used to just standing around all day. And I said, well, why is it temporary? What do you want to do? And he said that he's finishing up his bachelor's in IT, and he's also served 6 years in the Army National Guard. And he said that he just got back from a several-month deployment in Southern California at the border, assisting Border Patrol. And I asked him how that was. And he just let the floodgates open. He said that it was disgusting what they're putting the Border Patrol agents through down there. He said that that those people their morale is so low that if they could find a job anywhere else that would pay and have the benefits that they have, they would take it in a heartbeat, because they took that job to protect the country and to keep illegal immigrants out. And CUCB, prayers for him. Yeah, CUCV, the farmer is being really awesome. He's willing to help us out with demo and site work and laying gravel down, so that will help. He's being really decent about everything. I have no complaints about him, but his insurance company is shit. Yes, Mad Shad, you're blue now. Well, I'm glad that was years ago, and he's okay now, I hope. But so he was saying that the morale was so low because they were hired to do one job, and now they're basically babysitters and welcoming these people into the country as asylum seekers when everybody knows that they're not. He started showing me some pictures of some of the roundups they did, and I asked him, I said, out of everybody that you round up, and he said they were getting like between 300 and 700 a day, depending on when the caravans were coming through, and they had to let them all go. He said they weren't doing any background checks or anything. There's none of that going on. And I asked him, I said, of those, that you've apprehended, I said, how many of them are actual, like, Hispanic coming from, Mexico and South America? And he said 22 to 24%. And I said, what are the others? And he said they are all Chinese or Arabian of some sort. And he said that they are every single one of them, military-age males in good physical condition, good haircuts, and like they basically look like an army. And this isn't the first time that I've heard this. I personally have a MAG member who went down to the border to see what's what and toured with some people and brought back horrific pictures of the stuff that they found. They found somebody who was skinned alive hanging from a tree. They found all the rape trees that had happened. And honestly, this might get taken down because of what I'm saying, but I'm not monetized. I don't really care. This needs to be said. And yeah, nice shoes and backpacks too. I mean, they had all the gear that they would need, aside from, weapons, because they didn't want to get caught with those. But guess what? Those are already here. I had somebody tell me back in 2012 that every certain type of restaurant in the country is a cover and a safe house for, a certain red country's army, basically. And I don't doubt it. And, there's one in every small town in America, too. And I'm not being xenophobic. I'm not being racist. I'm just passing along the intel that I've heard. And, with everything going on at the border, I have a tendency to believe it. I also have been told by this person that I know that went down to the border that Border Patrol is perfectly aware of several jihadi camps right over the border. And, the cartels are paid very well to smuggle their trainees or people who've graduated their training program right over just onesies, twosies, because there's less of a chance of them getting detected. So they're paid very well to be that personal escort. So, even us being here in rural America, what's covered? Certain restaurants of a certain nationality coffee that are in every town in the United States. Even our little tiny small town here has one. And nobody knows how they're even staying in business because they've tripled their prices and almost nobody is ever there. But they've been open for years. When they first opened up, it was great food, great prices, everybody went. And then they've tripled their prices and they've been rude to customers and it got dirty and nobody ever goes there. So how are they staying open? You know, just doesn't make sense. So yeah, exactly, Rapture Ready. And like I said, I'm not being racist or xenophobic. I'm just saying that this is what is going on with the current situation. And we all know that China plays a long game, and this has been in the works for a long time. Um, I was told about that cover in 2012, and that was when, we were prepping, but we didn't see the main threat as an internal invasion. We saw it as like, economic collapse and, you know, the person who was in office at that time, locking things down and making things hell, which he tried, but his little puppet has done a lot better job of that over the last couple of years. Um, More foreigners than citizens. Yeah, well, Celtic Grandma, if I can't catch my cats long enough to get them fixed, we could supply them, honestly. Um, yeah, oops, it's crazy. And it's like I had to drive into downtown Binghamton the other day, and it was really, I want to say it just doesn't look like it used to, which, like I said, it doesn't matter. But the fact that I heard more foreign languages than I heard English of people walking down the street, that's concerning. Hey, DDP, how are you? Good to see you. Still praying for you. Good morning, Scorpion. Glad to see you. So yeah, so if you go out to eat anytime soon, by all means, check out one of those places and look around and maintain your situational awareness. Don't use a credit card. There's one in Vestal that actually has been busted a couple times for extra charges, and they just claim ignorance and mistakes, but they know what they're doing. So if you eat at one of those places, check things out, look around, see what you think. Try to get a peek in the back if you can. See how many people are just sitting there doing nothing, and if they're military age males. And do not use a credit card. So because there's also there are organized crime rings around here too, and I think that's almost how the whole cover started. Was them putting their organized crime people in, basically to rob Americans. And I think it just was like, hey, this is a good spot to start putting some other people too. Good morning, love, life, live, Maggie. So yeah, good to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Welcome, and Turning Guns, you too. Good morning. So there was that. And so, I mean, he showed me some pictures, just so many people, more than a group of like 6 to 12 agents that they had could possibly round up and process at a time. So it's definitely organized. They know what they're doing. They're overwhelming the system. And then he was telling me that his hands as a guard member were so tied, like they would have a guard unit out patrolling the border. But basically, they were to be an escort for anybody coming over to Border Patrol, but they weren't allowed to touch anyone, to detain anyone, to even administer medical care. And oh, you follow me on Facebook? Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Um, so um, so he was telling me that he saw a pregnant woman, very pregnant, climbing over the wall, and she fell when she was going over the wall, and she cracked her head wide open and was bleeding profusely from the head. And he was not allowed to administer medical care. He was not allowed to touch her or help her in any way. There were superior officers there that actually stopped him, and they had to wait 12 minutes for Border Patrol to get there, because once somebody gets over that wall, they're the property of Border Patrol. So he didn't even know why they were even there without Border Patrol agents, supervising them. So it was 12 minutes before Border Patrol got there. They waved them off, so he doesn't know if that pregnant lady lived or died. You know, I can understand trying to get out of another country for fear of your own life and your child's life, but when they're granting asylum to pretty much anyone, why would you risk the life of your unborn child climbing over a damn wall? Go to the openings. They'll welcome you right in. It makes no sense. I don't understand that. So let's see, what did I miss? CUCV, check your credit cards whenever. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. I haven't, you know, usually when I get up in the morning, I watch the Poplar Report first thing. He's my main source of news. But this morning I haven't, just because I wanted to get this out, and I'm in so much freaking pain that I just was moving really slow. I did want to do this live before it gets any hotter. My weather app only says it's 77. And it's going to be in the 90s today, but I'm telling you what, this humidity is absolutely killer. So when this is done, my ass is going into the AC until 8 o'clock tonight. I will be on the panel for All American Preppers Ladies Night. I did put the link up on my community page and on my Facebook page. So if anybody's not doing anything at 8, you know, gentlemen included, there's stuff for you to learn, especially if there's any women in your life or you're into homesteading. We'd love to have you. It's always a good time there. You never know who's going to show up on the panel, and everybody's really knowledgeable and a lot of fun. So 8 p.m. Eastern, All American Preppers channel. Go ahead, go over there, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Yeah, Maggie, they absolutely know. There's even been apps set up to help them navigate crossings and let them know, like, basically what the wait time is at the legal crossings and things like that. That's absolutely freaking nuts. Like, it isn't even our country anymore, and they're welcoming the invasion. They're all in on it, and they know. And they're destroying America from within, and they know that's what they're doing. And it's pathetic and it's disgusting. So absolutely get your preps on as much as you can, you know, reasonably afford to do. I mean, don't go maxing out your credit cards and stuff, but damn, you know, get the stuff that you need to be self-sufficient. You know, the canners, the dehydrators, the solar generators, the cider presses, the canning jars. You know, get the stuff that you can need, that you're going to need to replenish your food supply, because once that's gone, where are you going to get it? So, let's see here. Let's go back a little bit. Colorado, they're getting $500 checks. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And even here in Broome County, New York, a rural county, you know, between New York and Pennsylvania, well, between most of New York and Pennsylvania, they're overwhelming our social services system. Our county actually sued New York City for they were giving bonuses and extra vouchers to send their welfare recipients here, to be a drain on our county's resources. And our county sued them to stop, and they had to stop. There's a court injunction, and I don't know if the case is finalized or not yet, but it's like, why New York City even, like, cannibalizing another New York county because they don't want to deal with it, and it was too much for them to pay for, so they're going to put a strain on a rural county. And I'm pretty sure they do it to Cortland County too. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And so for the people who let's see here, flying them in for the past 3 years, yeah. And I think any government official who's been involved in flying them here and had knowledge of it, they should all be tried for treason. This is absolutely bullshit. And also, I don't know if you guys follow the Missouri Attorney General, Andrew Bailey. He is fantastic. He's been suing the federal government and the Biden and Harris administration left and right for a bunch of things, and he's been winning. And I guess apparently they had some undocumented neighbors at one of their rallies, like they hosted them and brought them into one of their rallies in Missouri. And he tweeted out, you know, he tagged Biden and Harris in it. And he mentioned that it's a felony to knowingly transport and harbor an illegal immigrant in Missouri. See you in court. So that made me really happy, because this guy's on it. He's been winning. He's got potential. if Trump wins, I would love to see him appoint this guy attorney general, because he is not about the bullshit. I mean, he's taken them on and he's winning. So, um, let's see here. Did I apologize for my beliefs? Sometimes I just say I'm sorry, but I don't really mean it. So, worked for social services on Long Island. Oh, I'm sure, Coffee. I mean, I don't think I could do that job because I know I wouldn't be allowed to help the people who really need it as much as they need the help. And I know how many people scam the system. Hey, Mittens, how are you? You want to say hi? No? So yeah, so that was, I was glad that there was a young man who had the same beliefs and who was willing to spread the word and blow the whistle to, any stranger that would listen that he thought, had similar beliefs about what's really going on there. I think that's awesome. All board of governors, yeah. Texas just won their case too about protecting their border, so that was pretty cool. So I guess those buoys and nets and stuff across the Rio Grande are going to be going back up. Yeah, Maggie, I get it. And I love our state. I hate our government. It's just, I love the land here. I love the change of seasons. I love our piece of property. But they're making it harder and harder. And we actually tossed around the idea of just, when the insurance comes in, packing up and leaving. But there's too much invested here. Our parents are still here. My husband's sisters are still here. It's just, there's too much holding us here emotionally. And he's spent the last 30 years building his business, and to walk away from all that and to try to start from scratch, it's just not in the cards for us right now. Hi, Troy. How are you? Jules, good morning. Glad to see you guys. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, American first, absolutely. And it's like, my husband warned me about using the term citiettes. He's like, you probably have some people watching you from the city and they're going to get offended. It's not all people from the city. The people I consider citiettes are the ones that buy up property here and either move here or use them as camps and come down here and think they know everything about rural life, or trying to cityfy our rural life, or thinking that the same rules apply out here in the country as they do in the city, and they don't. And those are the people that are citiettes. They say, don't New York my Tennessee, or don't California my Tennessee. Don't cityfy my Broome County or my Shenango County or my Cortland County. Not gonna fly here. Yeah, Maggie. I mean, the thing I love about this state is that there's so many diverse places to go and do and see. Like, we have beautiful nature and countryside and farming, but then we have like the biggest city in the world with all of the major like attractions and history and things. So, I mean, and then we have the Adirondacks. I mean, you can't beat that. So, just what's on the table in there, and there's some in the fridge. Okay, it's that little container. So, teenagers looking for butter. So, yeah, so there was that. And that was, kind of, I'd heard that stuff before, but hearing it from somebody else that I didn't even know, that was kind of eye-opening, because it's, if it's one person's experience, you're like, okay, maybe it's just here and there. But when you have two and more people, like, that don't even know each other having the same experience, it's bad. So there was that. And then afterwards, I went into Aldi. And let me tell you, getting in and out of the car and walking in the store is horrible for me. But I did need to grab something to throw in the crock pot for dinner. So I was in there. And again, I think it was because of the tattoos I have. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is one that I designed. The rose is the United States. And she's weeping out her colors, her red, white, and blue. And then the only thing holding her up is the cross. So there's that. And then I've got Live Free or Die, 1776 there. And then I've got We the People there. So, So if I ever want to go gray man, I got to wear long sleeves because there's no doubt about how I feel about things. So I was in Aldi, and this older man walking by me stops, and he kind of whispers to me, and he goes, how are they calling these things meatballs when there's no damn meat in them? And I said, hey, I said, at least they haven't put the bugs in them yet. And he's like, I know, and the elites, that's what they want us eating. And all this GMO and bioengineered stuff, they're trying to kill us and poison us while they're bringing all these people in over the border and replacing us. And I said, I said, I totally agree. I said, do you go on the internet at all? And he said, yeah, I do. And this guy's probably in his 70s, sweet man. And I said, well, follow me on YouTube. If you go on Facebook, follow me there. And I said, it's Southern Tier Prepper. And he's like, here, let me write that down. I said, actually, let me give you some stickers. So I always keep a couple of stickers in my wallet. I gave him some stickers. And if you're here, sir, thanks for the conversation yesterday. He gave me his card. He actually does like propane work and stuff. He retired from a local propane company and then started his own thing. So we'll probably be using him when we have to run new propane lines and things like that for our new house whenever it happens. Um, so so I'm thankful that I met like two like-minded people yesterday. One bearing bad news, but I actually gave him my husband's phone number in case he wanted a little more of a physical job before he finishes his degree. And this gentleman that I met in the grocery store. So people get it. There's people that are awake, but then when I drive in the city and I see so many people that it amazes me that people can live like this and can think like this. It's like, how does that happen? And then I'm thinking, well, they live in the city. They're getting fluoride in their water. They're, on the system, so everything's handed to them, and they're being dumbed down left and right by the public school system. This is exactly what the government intended. They're getting exactly what they planned, and it's those of us that resist that and that wake up and work for a living and know the value of family and being self-sufficient and not being controlled. We're the ones that are really the only hope for this country. So that's about it. It is getting so hot out here. Yes, Orlando Prepper, thanks for the reminder to hit the thumbs up. If you're new and just passing by and you haven't, please hit the subscribe notification and the bell. And, by all means, I'd love to see everybody at All American Preppers Ladies Night tonight. And don't forget about the GoFundMe that Local Prepper has for Catitude. I'll be helping her out later today. For the people that came in late, one of Local Preppers, community members, Catitude, had several tragedies happen over the last couple months. So he set up a small GoFundMe just to cover about 3 months of their bills. And he's cashing it out tomorrow to get it to her. So if you can check out his Monday live stream, there's a link to the GoFundMe in the description there. Check that out. And even if you can just donate $1, $5, help her out, anything helps. So, you guys all helped me out when I needed it, and there's somebody else who needs it now. That said, I think I'm going to call it a day. My back's killing me. This heat is killing me. And I need to rest up for tonight, so I'm in good enough shape for that. So I will see y'all later. Do all the things, take care of each other, and do your research, and prep on.